Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari Jaya Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Munatira Vanachari Munatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunda Bihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Giridhari Sri Radhe Jaya Radha Giridhari Sri Radhe Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadramani Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Jagannatha Baladeva Jaya Subhadramani Jaya Gauranita Sri Sri Gauranita Jaya Gauranita Sri Sri Gauranita Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Gurudev Gurudev Jaya Jaya Gurudev जगत गुरु तेल प्रभुपाद की जय हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय श्रीमद् भागवत महावृंद की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः Hare Krishna everyone. Please welcome to the morning session of Srimad Bhagavatam. Thank you for giving this opportunity to speak about Lord. Please bless me so that I can deliver correct message, and also please correct me if I do anything wrong. Thank you, Mataji and Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. We will start the class with Prabhupada Leelamrit, and I will share that one. Can anybody, Mataji, able to see this?
Yes, Mataji. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. We are reading the Prapada Leelamrit, chapter 16, and the chapter name is Free to Preach. So we are starting from this one. Mr. Robert and the Swami made an odd combination. Prabhupada was elderly and defined, a deep scholar of the Bhagavatam and the Sanskrit language, whereas Robert Nelson was artless, even in Western culture, and inept in worldly ways. Together they would walk, the Swami wearing his winter coat with its imitation fur collar, his Indian dhoti, and white pointed shoes. Mr. Robert wearing old khaki pants and an old coat. Prabhupada walked with rapid, determined strides, outpacing the lumbering, rambling, heaviest boy who had befriended him. Mr. Robert was supposed to help Prabhupada in making presentations to businessmen and real estate men, yet he himself was hardly slick fellow. He was innocent. Robert, once we went over to this big office building on 42nd Street and we went in there. The rent was thousands of dollars. The rent was thousands of dollars for a whole floor. So I was standing there talking to the man, but I didn't understand how all this money would come. The Swami wanted a big place, and I didn't know what to tell the man. Prabhupada wanted a big place, and a big place meant a big price. He had no money, and Robert Nelson had only his unemployment checks. Still, Prabhupada was interested. If he were to find building, that would be a great step in his mission. And this was also another way of engaging Mr. Robert. Besides, Krishna might do anything, give anything, or work in any way, ordinary or miraculous. So Prabhupada had his reasoning, and Mr. Robert had his. Robert, the building was between 6th and Broadway on 42nd Street, some place to open Krishna's temple. We went in and up the second floor and saw the renting agent, and then we left. I think it was 5,000 a month or 10,000 a month. We got to a certain point and the money was too much, and then we left. When he brought up the prices, I figured we had better not. We had to stop. On another occasion, Robert Nelson took Prabhupada by bus to the Hotel Columbia at 70 West 46th Street. The hotel had suite that Prabhupada looked at for possible use at temple, but again it was very expensive and there was no money. Sometimes Robert would make purchases for Prabhupada with the money from his unemployment checks. Once he brought orange-colored T-shirts. Once he went to Woolworths and bought kitchen pots and pans and some picture frames for proposed picture of Lord Chaitanya and his spiritual master, Robert. One time I wanted to know how to make chapati cake. So Swami says, $100, please, for the recipe. $100, please. So I went and got some money, but I couldn't get $100. But he showed me anyway. He taught me to cook and would always repeat, wash hands, and you should only eat with your right hand. And whoever made, the Swami was almost always impressive. They would start smiling back to him, and sometimes they would say funny things to each other that were nice. The Swami English was very technical always. I mean, he had a big vocabulary, but sometimes people had a little trouble understanding him, and you had to help sometimes. Mataji, I'll stop here.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we are reading the verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, 24th chapter, and 45 to 46 verses today. So I'm going to share the screen of that one. Are you able to see Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय स्निग्धाप्रवृद्धनश्यामं सर्वसौन्दर्यसङ्ग्रहं चार्वायता चतुर्बाहु सुजाता रुचिराननं पद्मकोशापलक्षं सुन्दराभ्रुसुनाक्षिसम् सुद्विजं सुखपोलस्यां समकर्णविभूषणं स्निग्धप्रवर्तनश्यामं सर्वसौन्दर्यसङ्ग्रहं चार्वायुधा चतुर्बाहु सुजाता रुचिराननं पद्मकोशाफलसाक्षं सुन्दरमृसुनाक्षिसं सुद्विजं सुखपोलस्यं समकर्णविभूषणम्. Thank you so much. Anybody wants to say these two verses, please welcome.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranams, Prabhuji, please.
Snigdha Pravid Ghana Sham Sharva Saundarya Sangraham Charuvayata Chaturbahu Sujata Ruchiranam Padma Kosha Palashakam Sundara Brihu Shunashikam Shudijam Shukapalashyam Samakarna Vibhushanam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I'm trying.
Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Snigdha pravrido ghana shamam sarva saundarya sangraham charvayata chaturbahu sujata ruchirananam padmakosha palasaktam sundarabhusunashikam subdijam shukapolashtam samakarna vibhushanam.
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please.
স্নিগ্ধপ্লাবিড়গণশ্যামং সর্বসৌন্দর্য সংগ্রহং চারুয়ায়ত চতুর্বাহু সুজাত রুচিরাননম পদ্মকোশ পলাশাক্ষ্যম সুন্দর ভ্রূসুনাসিকম সুদ্বিজম সুকপোলাস্যম সমকর্ণ বিভূষণম. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. I am also trying.
Yes, Mataji, please. Dandavat Pranams.
Snigdha prabhrit ghana syamam sarva sundarja sangraham charuyatta chaturbahu sujata ruchira nanam padma kosa palasaksam sundara bhru sunasikam sudijam sukopolasam Samakarna Vibhusanam. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, may I try also please?
Yes, please, Mataji.
Snigdha pravridha ghana shamam sarva saundarya snigraham charvayat chaturbahu sujata ruchirananam padmakosha palaksham sundara bruhu sunakshikam Sudwijam Sukapolashyam Samakarna Vibhushanam. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much. Anybody wants to read the synonyms?
Yes,
Hare Krishna
Mataji.
Mataji, I'm reading the synonym.
Yeah, thank you.
Snigdha, glistering. Prabhrit, rainy season. Ghana shamam, densely cloudy. Shorba, all. Saundarya, beauty. Sangraham, collection. Charu, beautiful. Ayato, bodily feature. Chotubahu, unto the four-armed. Sujata, untimely beautiful. Ruchira, very pleasing. Ananam face, Ananam face. Padma kosho, the whole of the lotus flower. Polasho, petals. Aksham, eyes. Sundara, beautiful. Bru, eyebrows. Shunashikam, raised nose. Shudvijam, beautiful teeth. Shtu Coppola, beautiful forehead. Asham, face. Shomokorno, equally beautiful ears. And Vibhushanam, fully decorated. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Anybody wants to read translation?
May I, Mataji, please?
Yeah, thank you, Mataji.
The Lord's beauty resembles a dark cloud during the rainy season. As the rainfall glistens, his bodily features Krishna, also glisten. Indeed, he is the sum total of all beauty. The Lord has 4 arms and an exquisite, beautiful face, Krishna, with eyes like lotus petals, a beautiful, highly raised nose, a mind-attracting smile, a beautiful forehead, and Krishna, equally beautiful and fully decorated ears. Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So purport is so big, so it is long purport. So anybody wants to?
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
After the scorching heat of the summer season, it is very pleasing to see the dark clouds in the sky, as confirmed in Brahma Samhita. Parivatsham Ashitambhuta Sundarangam. The Lord wears a peacock feather in his hair, and his bodily complexion is just like a blackish cloud. The word Sundara, Snigdha, means very pleasing. Kandarpakoti Kamaniya. Krishna's beauty is so pleasing that not even millions upon millions of beads can compare to it. The Lord's form as Vishnu is decorated in all opulence. Therefore, Lord Shiva is trying to see the most opulent form of Narayan or Vishnu. Generally, the worship of the Lord begins with the worship of Narayan or Vishnu, whereas the worship of Lord Krishna and Radha is most confidential. Lord Narayan is worshipable by the Pancharatrika Vidhi or regulative principle, whereas Lord Krishna is worshipable by Bhagavata Vidhi. No one can worship the Lord in the Bhagavat Vidhi without going through the regulation of the Pancharatrika Vidhi. Actually, neophyte devotees worship the Lord according to the Pancharatrika Vidhi or the regulative principle enjoined in the Narada Pancharatra. Radha Krishna cannot be approached by the neophyte devotees. Therefore, temple worship according to the regulative principles is offered to Lakshmi Narayan. Although there may be a Radha Krishna Vigraha or the form of worship of the neophyte devotee is acceptable as Lakshmi Narayan worship. Worship according to the Pancharatrika Vidhi is called Vidhimar, and worship according to the Bhagavad Vidhi principle is called Ragamarg. The principle of Ragamarg are specially meant for devotees who are elevated to the Vrindavan platform. The inhabitants of Vrindavan, the gopis, Mother Jashoda, Nanda Maharaj, the cowherd boy, the cow, and everyone else are actually on the Ragamarg or Bhagavat platform. They participate in 5 basic rasas: Dasha, Shakka, Vatsalya, Madhurya, and Shanta. But although all these 5 rasas are found in Bhagavad Marg, the Bhagavad Marg is specially meant for Vatsalya, Madhurya, or parental and conjugal relationship. Yet, there is a Vishralamba Shakka, the higher fraternal worship of the Lord, specially enjoyed by the cowherd boy. Although there is a friendship between Krishna and the cowherd boy, this friendship is different from the Vaishya friendship between Krishna and Arjuna. When Arjuna saw the Vishwarup, the gigantic universal form of the Lord, he was afraid of having treated Krishna as an ordinary friend. Therefore, he begged Krishna's pardon. However, the coward boys who were friends of Krishna in Vrindavan sometimes ride on the shoulder of Krishna. They treat Krishna equally, just as they treat one another, and they are never afraid of him, nor do they even beg his pardon. Thus, the Ragamarg or Bhagavat Marg friendship exists on a higher platform with Krishna, namely the platform of Vipralamba friendship. Paternal friendship, paternal service, and conjugal service are visible in Vrindavan Ragamarg relationship. Without serving Krishna according to the Vidhi Marg, regulative principle of the Pancharatrika Vidhi, unscrupulous person want to jump immediately to the Ragamarg principles. Such persons are called Sahajiya. They are also demons who enjoy depicting Krishna and his pastime with the gopis, taking advantage of Krishna by their licentious character. These demons who print books and write lyrics on the Ragamarg principles are surely on the way to hell. Unfortunately, they lead others down with them. Devotees in Krishna consciousness should be very careful to avoid such demons. One should strictly follow the Vidhi Marg, regulative principle in the worship of Lakshmi Narayan. Although the Lord is present in the temple as Radha Krishna, Radha Krishna includes Lakshmi Narayan. Therefore, when one worships the Lord according to the regulative principle, the Lord accepts the service in the role of Lakshmi Narayan. In the Nectar of Devotion, full instructions are given about the Vidhi Marg worship of Radha Krishna or Lakshmi Narayan. Although there are 64 kinds of offenses can one commit in Vidhi Marg worship, the Ragamarg worship there is no consideration of such offenses because the devotees on that platform are very much elevated and there is no question of offense. But if we do not follow the regulative principle on the Vidhi Marg platform and keep our eyes trained to spot offenses, we will not make progress. In his description of Krishna's beauty, Lord Shiva uses the word Charvayata Chaturvahu Shujata Ruchinanam, indicating the beautiful four-armed form of Narayana Vishnu. Those who worship Lord Krishna describe him Shujata Ruchiranam. In the Vishnu Tattva, there are hundreds and thousands and millions forms of the Supreme Lord. But all of these forms, the form of Krishna is the most beautiful. Thus, for those who worship Krishna, the word Shujata Ruchiranam is used. The four-arms of Lord Vishnu have different purposes. The Lord holding a lotus flower and a conch shell are meant for the devotees, whereas the other two hands holding a dish, a mess or club are meant for the demoniac people. Actually, all of the Lord arms are auspicious, whether they are holding conch shell and flowers or clubs or dishes. The demon killed by Lord Vishnu's chakra deeds and club are elevated to the spiritual world, just like the devotees who are protected by the hands holding the lotus flower and conch shells. However, the demons who are elevated to the spiritual world are situated in the impersonal Brahman effulgence, where the devotees are allowed to enter into the Vaikuntha planet. Those who are devotees of Krishna are immediately elevated to the Golok Vrindavan planet. The Lord's beauty is compared to rainfall because when the rain falls in the rainy season, it becomes more and more pleasing to the people. After the scorching heat of summer season, the people enjoy the rainy season very much. Indeed, they even come out of their doors in the villages and enjoy the rainfall directly. Thus, the Lord's bodily features are compared to the clouds of the rainy season. The devotees enjoy the Lord's beauty because it is the collection of all kinds of beauties. Therefore, the word Sarva Sundariya Sangraham is used. No one can say that the body of the Lord is wanting in beautiful parts. It is completely Purnam. Everything is complete. God's creation, God's beauty, God's bodily features, all these are so complete that all one's desire can become fully satisfied when one sees the beauty of the Lord. The word Sarva Sundariya indicates that there are different types of beauties in the material and spiritual worlds, and that the Lord contains all of them. Both material and spiritualists can enjoy the beauty of the Lord because the Supreme Lord attracts everyone, including the demons and devotees, materialistic and spiritualistic. He is called Krishna. Similarly, his devotees also attract everyone, as mentioned in the Sadgoswami Sutra. Dhira Dhira Jana Priyau. The Goswamis are equally dear to the Dhira, that means devotees, and Adhira means demons. Lord Krishna was not very pleasing to the demons when he was present in Vrindavan, but the 6 Goswamis were pleasing to the demons when they were present in Vrindavan. That is the beauty of the Lord's dealing with the devotees. Sometimes the Lord gives more credit to his devotees than he takes for himself. For instance, on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Lord fought simply by giving direction, yet it was Arjuna who took the credit for fighting. Nimitta matram bhava Shabba Sachin. You, O Sabbasachi Arjuna, can be but an instrument in the fight. Bhagavad Gita 11:33. Everything was arranged by the Lord, but the credit of the victory was given to Arjuna. Similarly, in Krishna consciousness movement, everything is happening according to the prediction of Lord Chaitanya, but the credit goes to Lord Chaitanya's sincere servants. Thus, the Lord is described here, Sarva Sundariya Sangraham. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna. So, we'll read the translation one more time. The Lord's beauty resembles a dark cloud during the rainy season. As the rainfall glistens, his bodily features also glisten. Indeed, he is the sum total of all beauty. The Lord has 4 arms and an exquisitely beautiful, with eyes like lotus petals, a beautiful highly raised nose, a mind-attracting smile, a beautiful forehead, and equally beautiful and fully decorated ears. Thank you so much. I stop the sharing. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-salakaya Chakshur-unmitamena Tasmai Sri-Gurave Namaha Narayanam Namaskrityam Narancheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udayirete Astapkaya Subhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistaki Mokam Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Giri Yat Kripatamaham Vande Sri Gurum Dinatan Padmananda Madhavi Chaitanya Chandra Eswaram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So in this verse especially, Lord Shiva is describing the beauty of Lord. So if you go a little bit behind, the sons of Barhisada, so they were performing the austerities. So they were meditating under the deep water. So when the father asked them to marry, so they said, we want to know about the Lord, we want to know about the glories of Lord completely. So they went for the meditation. So when they were in the meditation, Lord Shiva was so pleased. By his causeless mercy, he appeared before them and he started giving the transcendental knowledge.
all his prayers are well known as Rudra Gita. Here we can see Lord Shiva, he was glorifying so many aspects of the Lord, not only his body. So he was glorifying before his quadruple expansions like Aniruddha, Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Sankarshana. So he was glorifying the forms of Lord and also the activities of Lord. So you are the cause of everything. You are the maintainer. You are the creator. So he was glorifying all the actions of the Lord. Now he's explaining the beauty of Lord. In the before words, yesterday Prabhu was saying how, so Lord Shiva, he was requesting Lord, show his face. You want to see the face of the Lord, form of a Lord, which are worshipable by devotees. Devotees, the Lord has so many forms. There are so many forms in Vaikuntha planets. But he wants to see the form which was worshipped by devotees, that is two-handed forms. He wants to see the, in this verse especially, he is giving the description of that form. So those devotees worship that form. The description was given in this form, in this verse actually. Here, these are the prayers. He is praying the Lord. These prayers are so, they have so potency. The love, the divine bhakti is empowered in these prayers. The Bhagavatam is full of prayers, if you see. So many prayers like Kunti prayers and Gajendra prayers also. There are so many prayers so that we can approach these prayers. So when in the after Mahabharata, Aswadhama, he killed all the 5 sons of the Pandavas. So they were so unhappy. So that time they were lamenting. So Aswadhama, he released again Brahmastra to destroy all men of the Pandavas family. He wants to destroy them. So Aswadhama, he released the Brahmastra. So that time Arjuna, he couldn't have any idea what to do. So he just started praying Krishna, Mahabaho. So you are the Almighty, please help me. So here, these prayers are the standard procedure to approach the Lord. So in order to present something before the Lord, we use this method. Suppose the demigods, whenever they get the disturbance, whenever the Bhudevi, so everyone, so whenever they get disturbance to protect the planets, they approach the Vaikuntha and they start praying the hymns, prayers. So these prayers are so pleased, even though there are not sufficient words. In the chapter 8 of first canto, it was said that there are no chosen words are sufficient to enunciate, glorify the Lord's attitudes. But he was satisfied with the prayers, with the broken words also. Just like a father satisfied with the attitude of that the small boy says, small child says something to his father with broken linguistic attempts. He was so happy. He feels so happy. In the same way, these prayers are helpful us to connect with the Lord. Lord will be pleased by these prayers. So here also Rudra Gita, this Lord Shiva is praying to Lord. He is giving the same transcendental knowledge to Prachetas. That is the power of these prayers. These are, so even if you see Vaishnava bhajans, these acharyas, they empowered all this bhakti, this love in that, so that we can reach easily. We don't have any qualifications to reach Lord. By these prayers, by these bhajans, these are the standard methods, ways to approach the Lord easily. In this verse, Prabhupada explained so many concepts. So he was explaining the beauty of the Lord, how it is beautiful, how it is attractive, how it is pleasing everyone. And the two words, Sarva Saundarya Sangraham, we see so many times it was repeated. And also Sujata Ruchirananam, these two words are very significant in these words. And also the other concept was, we will discuss what is the beauty, how it is pleasing. And also Prabhupada warning us, don't follow the Sahajiyas, how to avoid Sahajiyas, how they follow. And also he has extensively give the difference between the Raga Bhakti and Vaidhi Bhakti. And also explain the purpose of the four hands of the Lord. What the four hands they were holding and what is the purpose. And at the end, he was also giving the credits to the devotees, how Lord is giving the credits to devotees. These are the points discussed in this. Today, we will discuss all these points one by one. If you see the beauty of the Lord, here it is described, Lord Shiva is describing, he is having beautiful face. This body complexion is compared with the clouds in the rainy season. So they are so beautiful. That means the color itself is so pleasing, so beautiful. So everybody, after the summer, the winter, rainy season starts. So they were so fed up with that scorching heat. So they wait actually for the rains. That time they feel so happy. In the same way, when you see the form of the Lord, get so pleased. That is so pleasing. The attractive eyes, the nose, eyes, ears, face, teeth, smiling, everything is attractive. That's why there is no difference between Lord and Lord name, Lord forms, Lord part times. So the past times, these are all identical. There is no difference. So when you are thinking about the Lord, we remember sometimes, we remember the eyes, we remember the nose, we remember the peacock feather. So each and every part of the Lord is so different, so beautiful. So beauty is all beauty. This is the one of the opulences, as Parasara Muni said, the 6 opulences of the Lord. That's why he is a Bhagavan. He possesses full. So it is Sangraham, collective. So even in the material world, we can see so much of variegatedness of so many lakes, mountains, parks, trees. So we can see that beauty because all these are created from the Lord. He is beautiful himself. That's why the whatever creation by himself, so done by himself, also so beautiful. That's why we can see so many beautiful scenes in the natural world, even in not only in the material world, even in the spiritual world, the planets are so attractive, so beautiful. So that is the beautiful nature of the Lord. In the here, the beautiful nature of the Lord described in the Gopi Gita also, the 10th canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam 31st chapter, there is a Gopi Gita. That is also prayers by gopis. So they couldn't see the Lord after the residence. They were so upset that they can't feel the separation. They were singing they are glorifying the attitudes of the Lord and they are singing the song for him. So in that Gopi Gita, that was the verse, Dina Parikshaye Neela Kuntalai Vanaruhananam Vibratavritam Ghanarajaswalam. So that means, so they were singing, when you are coming from the after grazing the cows, when you come back to the Vrindavan, so we want to see that face again and again. Repeatedly we want to say, why? Because that face is so beautiful with the curly, beautiful hairs and thick dust. The dust was created by the hoofs of the cows. When they were running, the dust was created. That dust on the face of the Krishna, it is giving more attraction to him. So we want to see that face. So each and everything is so attractive when it is related to Krishna. And also they are blaming the Brahma. Though they were saying foolish creator. Why? Because the eyes sometimes they blink. They don't want to lose that time also without seeing the Krishna. They want to continuously see the Krishna and continuously absorb in the thoughts of Krishna by seeing his beautiful face. They don't want that tiny fraction also. It's a hindrance. They are saying it is by the foolish creator. He created eyelids like that to blink. So we don't want that time also to lose without seeing Lord Krishna. So that is the beauty of Krishna. And also Jayadeva Astapadi. So he was saying that Chandana Chita Neela Kalevara Veetavatana Vanamali. So he's saying that he is wearing the yellow dress and his body complexion is blue and he is so attractive and his earrings are twinkling and on is falling on his teeth and it is giving the more beauty to his face, and his beauty of his face is excels all his decorative items. So he is describing the beauty of Lord in this way. So beautiful face with earrings, with eyes, with bodily complexion. He is so beautiful. He was describing the beauty of Lord. And also Suradas, is also one of the Vaishnavas saying, and he wants to see the Lord's form when he was stealing the butter. So that is Laddu Gopal form. He was holding the uh, butter in his hands and crawling. All his the footprints are with butter everywhere. He was crawling here and there with the butter. So he wants to see that beautiful form. So if you see the Lord's form, there are different forms of the Lord. So the form of Samasundar form of the Lord in Vrindavan is different from the form, in the form of opulence as kingly dresses, royal dress. The opulent way in the Dwapara, it is different. When the Krishna on the battlefield, that form is different. So each form is different. So devotees, they want to observe Lord in different forms. So all these forms are so beautiful. So Suradas, he was requesting the Lord. So he was actually blind. He can't see anything. But he wants to see that form. So Lord has given that form in the mind. He observed that mind. He thought so many poetry on the farm as a Laddu Gopal, the small boy crawling with the butter in his hand. And also if you see the Upendra, Vamana, he was a dwarf. He is so beautiful. He was attracted by one of the daughters of the Bali that time. He wants to feed milk. So he was so attracted by the feature of the Vamana. And Lord Ramachandra, that came in the form of Lord Ramachandra also. Lord Ramachandra was so attractive. He's Neela Megasyama. So he was the greenish, dark blue complexion. So when he was wandering the forest, the rishis in the Dandakaranya, they were so attracted by beauty of the Lord Ramachandra. They want to marry him. He said, no, this yuga I was with only one wife. I took the oath of having only one wife. So maybe next yuga you can associate with me. So they all became a gopis and he enjoyed. They were all, even male, the rishis, they were enjoying the beauty of the Lord. That is all attractive. Is a collection of all the beauties. Not only his ears are beautiful, not only his eyes are beautiful. So all the parts are beautiful, and the creation, whatever he creates, that is also so beautiful. And he was not only attracted by devotees, not even demons attracted by his form. So, for example, Mohini Rupa. So, when in the Devasura Sangrama. So the Mohini, the Lord came in the form of Mohini to cheat the demons. That time demons also so attracted by the Mohini Rupa of Lord. And here there is a one story. There is a one saint in South India. So who was worshipping Balaji? He was writing so many prayers, bhajans on Lord Balaji. His name was Annamacharya. I think somebody of might know him. Annamacharya. He was a great poet. He was writing the prayers on the Lord and the songs on the Lord's beauty. So he actually, when he born, he was very naughty in his childhood, and he always want to be associated with girls and the uncle's daughters. He wants to marry them. He always wants to take their association. Whenever he goes, always they also accompany him. So he was serving like a lord to them, always morning to evening. He was always engaged in their service. He was observing their beauty. So one time, Lord personally came to divert him. So he said to Annamacharya, so if I show the beauty more than these two girls, can you convince? Can you change your path? So Annamacharya said, no, no, no. Nothing is there more beautiful than these girls. No, 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 no. So I can't believe it. Lord says, if you see it, if I show that beautiful to you, so are you ready to give up this and change your mind? Annamacharya, show me. If it is more beautiful than these two girls, I leave them and I'll start uh, praying that beauty. So then Lord himself took Annamacharya to one temple and he showed one deity of the Lord. So that is in the blackish form, that deity is in the blackish form. Eyes are so beautiful like a lotus flowers. Everything was so attractive. When Annamacharya entered into that room, he was totally satisfied. That means he was so totally surrendered. He said to Lord, I never see such a beautiful nature. So I never seen. I was thinking those two girls are attractive, beautiful. So you showed me the right path. From that time, he became a devotee and started writing the songs. So many songs he wrote, and Lord Balaji. So that is the beauty. So whoever it is, whatever the state, whatever situation, they give up everything and start surrendering to that beauty of the Lord. It is so pleasing also. It is so pleasing. Like a gopis, they want to see again and again. They get pleasing by that. And that is the beauty. And also here Prabhupada says Sahajiyas, they just jump without doing any rules and regulations. They go to Ragamarg directly. So they write so many books and they have so many followers. Prabhupada is warning us. Lord Chaitanya actually in the Nectar of Devotion, Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned that he wants us to avoid the association of Sahajiyas. We just can't jump to the Ragamarga directly without following rules and regulations of worshipping deities. So that is also very important to avoid the Sahaja. We cannot jump because the differences between Ragamarga and Vidhimarga is given here. So Ragamarga is completely, it is meant for the elevated persons who are on the platform of Vrindavan, like a Brajavasis. They completely absorbed. So it is Parabhakti. It is also called Parabhakti, Bhagavata Bhakti. So here there are no rules and regulations, no order, no commands, no offenses. They just do it spontaneously. So you know the story when Narada Muni, so the Lord called Narada Muni and said, I was feeling so headache. Shall I get some dust from my devotees? So Narada went to ask the dust. He went to Queens of Lord Dwaraka They said, no, we get sins. We can't give the dust. So they are still on the bodily platform. So they are not thinking this is completely for the pleasing of for the satisfaction of the Lord. So they are still, they are thinking we get sins. So he asked so many other devotees also. They said the same thing. So we cannot give. So how can we give our dust to Lord? He is supreme person. We get the sins. But gopis immediately when they heard Lord is having headache, they didn't even think anything. So no matter when we go to hell, so other places no matter. The first thing priority is to please the Lord. That's they immediately they went to Yamuna, they washed their feet and they just rolled on the sand of the Yamuna, and they collected the dust and gave it to Narada. So Lords want to glorify the devotees sometimes, how they are dear to him. So that is, and the Gopi, in the Gopi Gita only, the Gopi said, we are leaving Patisutanmana, Bhatrubandhavan. So we are leaving everyone, all our relatives, husband, and we are coming because your flute is so attractive. So that is spontaneous love. So they don't go for anything. They don't think about anything. If Prabhupada also gives so many examples for this. When the mother gives birth to a baby, immediately fall in love into. So there is no motive. Natural love comes. She starts loving baby. She starts taking care of that baby. It comes naturally. And also Prabhupada in many verses here given one example. So he has also given one example when especially in India, the boys and girls they get early childhood marriages when they are in India. The elderly persons, family members, they arrange when they were small. So the boy is small and girl also small. But they marriage. They don't know anything. But the elderly persons, they ask that girl to serve husband obediently. And also the boy, he takes care of that girl, what she needs. And slowly they get attraction. So they don't know anything before, but by serving each other, they get that love is developed, that becomes attraction. So that is the natural, that love comes naturally. So that's why they live together for a long time and no divorces. So that is the spontaneous love. When that love is there, so we cannot separate from the Lord. That is the Raga Marga. That is the example given by Srila Prabhupada. And also the Vidhi Marga. Vidhi Marga is completely different. Srila Rupa Goswami in the Nectar of Devotion gives. So if you are not having spontaneous love towards the Lord, you begin with rules and regulations. Then you get the stable. You can control your senses. Then you can start praying the Lord, worshipping the Lord. So you start with the rules and regulation according to the orders of spiritual master. Take the guidance of spiritual master and you follow the rules and regulations. That's why even in the temple, this is also called Pancharatrika Vidhi. Pancharatrika Vidhi, it was written by Srila Narada Muni. So now all ISKCON temples are following these standards, rules and regulations. And we cannot jump to the Ragamarga without rules and regulations. So the deviation comes, we fall down. It's like a Sahajiyas. So this is Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He says this is called Swarupa Upalabdha. Swarupa Upalabdha means the facilities are given to use our senses in the service of Lord, to identify, to revive our constitutional position. We are engaging in the service of Lord to revive our constitutional position. That's why this marga, this bhakti is called Swarupa Upalabdha. And Raga Marga is also called Parabhakti. It is beyond all these rules and regulations. So when you see that's why in the temples, we worship Radha Krishna according to rules and regulations which are given to the Lakshmi Narayan. Kankaryas, so many services, rules and regulations. Even though we are worshipping Radha Krishna, but we have to think we are worshipping Lakshmi Narayan. So Lakshmi Narayan worship is with rules and regulations. In the worship of the Radha Krishna, it is so confidential. It is on the platform of Madhurya Rasa. No rule should be needed. Suppose, for example, Yasodamaya, whenever Krishna gets up in the morning, so he wants some milk. He takes bath. Did he take bath? And he get purify herself and give the milk, or she gives out of her love. So if we are in the Vidhi Marga, we follow so many rules. We follow the regulative principles, as Srila Rupa Goswami mentioned in the Nectar of Devotion. We follow the whole regulative principles. We follow chanting 16 rounds. There are so many do's and don'ts. Do's like Utsaha Nityanderan, Satsanga Pravartana, Sangatyage Satovritti. So these are the do's. So we have to be patient, we have to tolerate, we have to be very confident. One day you will get the darshan of Krishna. You should have that confidence. So we have to follow these do's and do's. Atyahara prayasas, Rajalpa Niyamagraha, Janasangamsa, Lolumsa. So these are the distractions, don'ts for the devotions. So we have to follow these rules and regulations. So when the Brajavasis, they are on the platform of Ragamarga, they don't see all these rules and regulations. Whenever Krishna wants, they just come and they serve him. So gopis, whenever they heard the flute song, music, they leave everything and they come to serve Krishna. They don't think, so I am not clean, I didn't take the bath, like that. They always ever ready to serve Lord. So that is the Raga Marga. So that is the difference between Raga Marga and Vidhi Marga. So Raga Marga is also called developed devotional service. The already devotion is there. But in the Vidhi Marga, it is especially for neophytes. There is no devotion. There is no faith. Nothing is there. In order to cultivate that devotion, neophytes start with rules and regulations. But in Raga Marga, already they are in the Bhakti platform. Developed devotion service already there. That's why there are no needs of these rules and regulations. And so we follow these rules and regulations, 16 rounds in the Vidhi Marga. And even in the temple we do lots of services, and with the rules and regulations, there are some standards. Here, the Srila Rupa Goswami in the Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita, he says 1.1.12, Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam. So that means all the senses are uncovered. So they don't know what to do. The senses they are covered. They are covered with so many other things. Actually, our bhakti is hidden. We have to revive that bhakti. You have to awaken the dormant bhakti. So the senses also, they experience different things. We have to give proper experience to the senses, proper direction to the senses. Sarvopadi vinimukta tatparatmena nirmalam. Rushikena sevanam bhakti uttamam. So when you uncover the senses, when you give the proper direction to the senses, they get purified. Tatparatvena nirmalam. They get purified. So in the purified stage of the senses, you worship the Lord. Rishikena, Rishikesa. That means with these purified senses, you worship the Lord. That is the highest bhakti. That is Uttama bhakti. So it comes under Raganuga bhakti. So in order to train the senses, we need to follow the Viddhi Marga. So we cannot jump directly to the Raga Marga. We cannot imitate Rajavasis by following the Ragamarga directly. We have to follow their instructions, how they are doing. We cannot imitate Acharyas, how they are doing Raganuga Bhakti. So to reach that stage, we have to follow the rules and regulations. So Prabhupada has given so many examples. If you want to thorough with the mridanga or any instrument, what you do, we need some practice. So we cannot become PhD, we cannot do PhD, MAd or any university degrees directly. You have to start with year 1. You have to go to school. So at the beginning, child forced to go to school. By rules and regulations, you have to go to school, you have to write, read, and do the homework. You have to follow the instructions of the teacher. So that's why he finished his schooling by the instruction. Then he goes to higher stage. In the same way, we cannot jump to the Raga Marga directly. We have to go slowly and slowly. And there is one more example also given. So in order to practice the type, I think so first we don't know where is the letter, so A letter, B letter. We just see and write like this. So, okay, W is here, Q is here. We see and do. After some time, we get practice. We don't need to see the letters directly. We can give the letter. We can type without seeing also. So we can come to that platform. And also, the Lord also giving the credits. How is giving the credits to the devotees? Lord is not only pleasing to the devotees, he also pleases the demons also. As I mentioned before, how Mohini Rupa is attracted to the demons. So the Lord was serving the Amrita. So he made them sit on both rays, this side demons and this side devatas. So with the asuras are completely absorbed in the attraction of the beauty of the Lord. They were seeing his face, legs, hands, tinkling bells, everything. He was attracted. They were attracted by his beauty. They were in that thoughts. Meantime, he cheated the asuras and he was giving the nectar to the devatas. So that is the power of beauty of Lord. He was pleasing. So he was pleasing when he was in the Vrindavan. He was not only, he was pleasing the devotees. Asuras, so many asuras sent by Kamsa, they were not pleased. There are so many other demons that side there are, and so many others. They were not pleased with the actions of Krishna. They always enemy on him. But the devotees of Lord, like Goswamis, when they went to Krishna, they made friends with everyone. Everyone was so happy with the Dhira, Adhira, Janapriya. They are so dear to demons, Dhira, Devatas, devotees, Adhira, so Asuras. So they were so friendly. Those actions are so friendly to everyone, pleasing to everyone. In the same way, Prabhupada has given the analogy of Arjuna. Arjuna, so he was Nimitta Matrena Bhavacharya. So he is like an instrument. So he was worked under the direction of the Krishna only, but the credit was given to Arjuna. That is also beauty. How he is giving the credit, how he is a Bhaktavachala, all his qualities also beauty. So one more example. So the 9th chapter of first canto of Bhagavatam, how the Bhishma Dev passes away. In that also, actually, after war, Yudhishthir was so unhappy because the mass killing happened. So many people were killed. So he was not happy. He was so distressed. So many sages like Vyasadeva, Sri Lord Krishna, so many well-wishers, they told, it's okay, it's not your sin. So Lord Krishna was willing to do. So it is happened. Don't worry about it. He was not convinced. So Lord, in the form of super soul, he made not to convince because of another reason. What is that reason? Anybody knows? Anybody knows what was the reason behind it? Why Yudhishthir was not convinced by Lord? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, so that Bhishma could give teachings and be glorified for that as well.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. So that was the reason. He wants to highlight the devotee. So even though he was a common, ordinary living entity, common man, common human being, so he's far superior to than the sages like Vasudev. So he wants to credit. So he wants to establish the worshipping of devotees more value than worshipping him. So that time he was on the bed of arrows. He was so agreed, he can't speak. But Krishna is saying that the devotees are always sound in mind and body with a spiritual enlightenment. They can speak at any situation. So in that way, the Yudhishthir Maharaj got instructions about Varnasrama from the Bhishma Dev. So that is also beauty of Lord. He was highlighting the devotees. He never happy with, so he don't worry about whether they are worshipping him or not. Whether he feels so happy when they worship his devotees. In the same way, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the mission started with Sankirtana Mahayajna. So the credits was given to his disciples, devotees. So the followers, like Prabhupada. So he broadcast that message all over the world by establishing ISKCON. The credit goes on. So even now, the disciples of the Prabhupada, they are spreading the message. The all credits. So when we please these devotees of Lord, the acharyas, Lord will be so pleased. So when we pray these bhajans, prayers given by these acharyas, great devotees, Lord will be pleased. That is also one of the attributes, one of the beauty of the Lord. So that's why Lord is Sarva Saundarya Sangraham, Sujata Rujirananam. His face is all, Anna means fails. So ultimately beautiful and pleasing. That's why these words are given. So when Parikshit Maharaj asked to Srila Sukadeva Goswami, what is the solution? I am going to die in 7 days. And so many other sages, they have given different opinion, but he is not satisfied with those opinions. Then Sukadeva Goswami has given, no, you start immediately hearing, chanting, and remembering the Lord in order to save at the time of the death. You will be safe. Abhayam. You get the abhayam. That means no fear at the time of the death. When you start hearing, chanting, and remembering Lord, there is no fear. So that is the beauty of his name, fame, pastimes. Whenever you utter, so Lord Nam Nama, Kari Bahuda, Nijasarva Saktis. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, you have given so many names, you have invested your energy in them, but I am not attracted to them. So I want to glorify your name of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that is also beautiful. So everything of the Lord, the entire thing about the Lord is so beautiful. So the Raghaveda, the Vrindavana Vasis, like Vrajavasis, the Ragamarga is mentioned. Ragamarga, so the love for Krishna is spontaneous. There are no rules and regulations. But as we are the followers of Ragamarga, so that's why we are in the platform of Vidmarga. Still we are following the rules and regulations. Prabhupada has given so many standards to reach the Vidmarga. So we cannot jump to Ragamarga directly. We have to follow the rules and regulations. Slowly can come to the platform of Vidmarga. One day we achieve the perfection to get the causeless mercy of Lord and love of the Godhead. Hare Krishna. I would like to stop here. If you want to add some more any points, or if you want to.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranams, Prabhuji.
Excellent explanation you have given on the text 45-46. It's amazing. Yeah, it's a really very, very big session. However, you simplified it in a very nice way to understand the gist of this text, and it's really important for all of us to understand the Vidhi mark and the Bhagavat mark, which is called Paramark. So it's very important to understand those two things very importantly, because that actually makes the difference between a Sahaji and real devotee. So Prabhupada wants us to understand that just follow the Vidhis to come to the standard of Bhagavat mark. It's not easy. You need to follow the Pancharatrika Vidhi. So in that way, so one is to be cultivated, which is Vidhi mark, and one is already developed, and that is Raga mark. So this is very important instruction for all of us who are practicing this spiritual studies and spiritual advancement. So it is one kind of very important instruction. Through this instruction, we can understand the importance, how these two works, and we follow accordingly. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
For full description of this. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you very much for the nice class. The purport was very elaborate, and you have also explained it so nicely. Thank you for that. And particularly the point that has been raised here, Prabhupada, is that the difference between Shohojiyas and the pure devotees, the Shohojiyas tries to go to the highest platform without doing the necessary requirement, without fulfilling the necessary requirements to elevate to that level, whereas the devotees try sincerely and ultimately at one stage reaches there, or the goal is fixed, but there is a whatever established process to achieve that. But some people tries to reach to shortcut ways, which is not possible in devotional service. So we have to follow the acharyas and their instruction so that we can always remain in the right track, and ultimately we can reach to our ultimate goal. And so that we should do, and that is the lesson the acharyas and Goswamis have told us. And so we should not, we should follow that, so that we never try to become Shohjiya, to get the goal very easily, which is not possible. So we should always remember that. In this way we can make our devotional life perfect. And thank you very much for bringing out that point, and also other explanations you have given from various other scriptures. Thank you once again for that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji, very nice class with so many examples. Difference between Raganuga, Vedivatti, and especially I like that Saundaryam, his beauty, how Lord Shiva described. It's really nice. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shall we conclude, Prabhuji?
So yes, Mataji, it appears that there is no other. If there is any other person, he can speak out. Otherwise, you can close the session.
Okay. Yeah. I think it seems to be.
Vancha
Kalpataruhasya kripa sindhu bhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Har Grace Savitri Mataji ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All Gorish assembled devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you.